Toasty Robot, E3 coverage for 2015. Moving on to Square Enix. Now, this was their first year popping their own press conference, and while not quite as just pristine as Bethesda put theirs out, they did pretty good. I was, the whole time going into this, I was thinking, do they even have enough stuff to announce? Do they even have enough things to show to hold their own press conference? Like,
it hasn't already been announced with other...
Yeah, and yeah, you know what? No, they did not.
Okay.
So they got the ball rolling out of the gate with a new trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3. This time, all gameplay. No information as really, you could kind of get a hint. You could get a hint of what Disney worlds they're using in this. I saw some more Hercules stuff and Tangled apparently.
Yeah, they were displaying all the combat in the Rapunzel Tangled.
Yeah, it was a lot of very combat focused trailer for it, and then weird existential conversation between girly looking anime boys that I don't know who the hell they are because I lost touch with that franchise a long time ago. You know what? Fuck Kingdom Hearts. I'm putting that on air. I want that to be a platform. That is my soapbox. I think Kingdom Hearts sucks. And
explain why, though.
Explain why?
Yes.
Because I'm tired of looking at fucking bouncy little girly boys with all their buckles and fucking zippers and spiky hair crying about Mickey and shit. It's dumb. Kingdom Hearts
I used to have
sucks.
the card game on the old Game Boy.
I love Kingdom Hearts. Loved it all. Liked the Chain of Memories on the PlayStation better because it wasn't a card game.
Yeah, people are super excited about Kingdom Hearts.
The cynical dudes are actually like, okay, Kingdom Hearts wasn't that bad.
There was a time I really did care about Kingdom Hearts. I actually really enjoyed the first and second games, but then when they took the whole series to like handhelds and phones and just countless spin-offs with stupid unpronounceable names, I was just done. I was done.
Oh, you mean 365 # dream sleep wave dot dream drop distance?
Yeah, you're pretty close actually.
What?
Yeah,
That's the name of the game.
Oh, okay, that's
364.5 by 2.5 fraction sleep.
It's funny you said a whole different string of words that time, but that's still words that they've used.
Yeah, it's still like it's appropriate. Okay, so
after that weeaboo bullshit, they moved on and they showed Just Cause 3, a man's game. God damn it!
Grappling hooks.
And it looked super awesome.
Destroying everybody's resources to liberate them.
Yeah. Now this is
betrayal.
This is the other game that Avalanche is working on aside from the Mad Max game. I want to say this is their B team on this game, and their original guys are doing the Mad Max game. But Just Cause 3 looks awesome.
So if this is their B team, Mad Max better fucking brain.
Yeah. And early buzz is that it's kind of not. Which is
I heard.
They put it up against the movie, and the movie was so awesome that everybody was all like, "You're boring, game. Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
Actually, most of what I've heard about Mad Max is it's fun.
Yeah. But Just Cause 3 looks awesome.
Yeah.
It looks to be taking a little more of a serious tone than the series has kind of been known for. Like, Just Cause 3 teetered the line between, like, Grand Theft Auto and Saints Row. Like, it was super silly, but also...
too, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
With the, yeah.
I mean, how serious can you take a game that has a concept in it, like stunt position? Get on top of this car doing 100 miles an hour down the road and grapple to another car and parasail, and it's cool. It's
worked for I take a game like that crazy serious.
Well, I take serious the fact that they announced that it's coming this year. It'll be out in December. I think they said December 1st. I forgot. Forgot to write down the date for it. Yeah, that's another. So I was getting real worried about the lack of cool games to play this holiday, and that's just adding another one to the list, man. It sounds awesome. They followed that up with a freaking epic trailer of all gameplay for Deus Ex: Mankind Divided.
That one,
I'm so excited for that, man. Yeah, and this is like way more action than I've seen from that series before.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
really.
Well, at least.
Yeah. Because I saw the another trailer. Was it the same trailer that they were running?
No, it was a different thing than the one that they were showing that we saw in the theater. Yeah, because this actually showed like someone playing the game. It wasn't like
does it still have the element that I suck massively at in it?
the stealth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is Deus Ex, man. It's optional. If you want to just run around and murk fools all day, you've got every right to do so.
Well, if you're gonna put a bionic arm on, come on, man.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna make you the most badass action hero ever, but you better not do anything but sneak around.
Which I suck at.
I'm with you, man. I'm terrible at stealth things too.
Still playing.
That's why I really appreciate like the action-oriented direction that Metal Gear Solid has gone for their last few games, where you can just gun everybody down if you want to. That works out a lot better for me in the long run.
You're gonna make them make another Tom Clancy's game, give us more Splinter Cell crap.
And I'll still play it.
They showed a little more of Tomb Raider. It wasn't like the gameplay like that was at the Xbox thing. It was more about kind of the technical aspect of it. Just more of a known quantity. They showed the same trailer for the Final Fantasy VII remake, and also mentioned that we'd get more details about it this winter. So.
I was equally as excited the second time I saw it.
Yeah, I kind of was too. And then they also reminded us that the PC port of Final Fantasy VII is still coming to PS4, and then announced an iOS version also.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. They had a little more info about the world of Final Fantasy. Then they confirmed that Hitman will be out on December 8th of this year, and they had gameplay to go along with it that time too.
Holy
This holiday's getting crowded, man. There's stuff coming out this year.
shit, I'm running out of VCRs to pawn. Seriously. Shit.
Yeah, those $3 pops, man. That's it's not adding
Well,
up.
I know a guy who knows a guy.
Let's see. After that, they announced that Platinum Games of Bayonetta and Vanquish fame are working on the sequel to Nier, which didn't see that coming. That was a total kind of left field announcement. I didn't think that game did nearly enough numbers to warrant a sequel, but they're making one.
I'm still yet to play through it.
I mean, I'm just surprised
It's a commitment. That's a long
still yet to-
game
yeah.
with a serious grind to it, but like it's pretty cool. Story-wise, it was really interesting. Very outside of Square's so-called comfort zone, but it was pretty cool. So we're getting a sequel to that. Tomb Raider Go, which is a Tomb Raider version of Hitman Go that took the mobile world by storm not that long ago. Super odd. It's like a turn-based kind of combat sort of thing with Tomb Raider this time instead of Hitman.
What?
Yeah. It looks cool. It looks cool. I mean, Hitman Go, people really seem to like that game. So, yeah, it kind of makes sense to attach another franchise and go for it again.
Dudes.
Go! I got it. I just got that. I'm tired. That's good. Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, which is mobile bullshit for your phone of fucking stupid-ass Kingdom Hearts. So yet another goddamn spin-off to this series that's probably going to have more crucial story material that you need to know in order to understand what's going on in the core series.
That's just what it's called?
It's called Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key, #mobile bullshit. That's what I wrote. I don't know if that's what they're calling it. It's what they should call it.
There's not like enough. That doesn't seem true. Like there doesn't seem like there's no hieroglyphics or math.
I know, just Kingdom Hearts. Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a Kingdom Hearts game.
No weird.
It's all a lie.
because a while ago Squaresoft forgot how to name games. Once they started doing spin-offs of all of their franchises.
I'll give them credit for that. Like as far as like everything that comes out of like Square proper, it's like super fucking Japanese named.
Yeah, you look at like I think it all started when they did the PlayStation 2 Final Fantasy spin-off game with Vincent, the Dirge of Cerberus, whatever the fuck that means. Then you've got the two fighting games on the PSP, the Final Fantasy Dissidia and Final Fantasy Dissidia 012 Duodecim is the name of that one. They don't know how to name games anymore. They just forgot.
But they're really goddamn good at math.
I think it's just they take those refrigerator magnets, those little poetry magnets,
yeah,
like throw it up there, like
We'll call it that.
That.
Yeah.
South Park termed that phrase. It's called manatee naming.
Yeah. Big one for me, Star Ocean 5, Integrity and Faithlessness got its Western announcement. So
Okay.
This is the most important thing.
I'm pretty excited for that. I really like that franchise. I've played all those games. I like the Star Ocean games. And
The last one I played didn't really do anything for me.
no, which one? Do you remember which one it was?
The 360. God.
Oh, that was Star Ocean 4, The
one,
Last Hope.
one,
Yeah. You know, you didn't get into that. I kind of dug it.
No, Star Ocean is Star Ocean.
I like the
I'm not
combat.
faulting it for
I like
what
the
it
way
is.
like combat and the battles and stuff work in Star Ocean.
Kind of that real time feel to it.
Yeah,
where
but
it's
still turn-based, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. I don't know. I got into it. The story, it's whatever. It's very like kind of cliche. Amnesia-stricken, spiky-haired kid is the only one that can save the universe.
They need
type
more
thing.
headgear. Like seriously, they like helmets.
Yeah, they got all
While you're in your starship.
sweet
I mean-
futuristic body armor and totally exposed heads.
I know there's a lot of amnesia going on. In
Well,
those.
that's so you can justify the physics model on the bouncy chunks of hair when they run around. I mean, that's
You figured that would keep their head safe.
all this
Am I
gel.
right?
All this gel, yeah.
Oh man,
Joe.
I'm not a fop man. I'm a dapper Dan man.
The last thing that I have for Star Ocean is there's a new studio called the Tokyo RPG Factory, who are dedicated to making RPGs, hopefully exclusively, obviously,
Right? With a first person shooter.
for Square Enix, and no real information on what they're working on other than they've got a thing they're working on now called Project Setsuna. So that could be its own thing. That could be the code name for one of their already established franchises, like a new game in a series or something like that. No information on it whatsoever, other than the fact
Them
that
calling it factory makes me a little nervous, but
yeah,
I don't want them to start like pumping out just piles of shit.
which in terms of RPGs, Square has gotten kind of notorious for over the last few years.
I mean,
That is the most poignant name for a company that I've probably ever heard.
It's like industrial RPG.
Yeah. We make games.
because
Yeah.
we're supposed to.
Yeah, but that's all I have for Square Enix. A lot of their big things kind of got blown at other conferences and whatnot. So I mean, they didn't have that much to bring to the table. I mean, more than I think you could have just. Some of the stuff warranted a little more showing than what the stage time they would have been allowed had they had brought this stuff to other press conferences and whatnot.
Yeah.
I still don't think... I mean, of all the publishers out there, I find it's really odd that Square Enix are the ones that stepped up to the plate and decided to run one, I, for some reason, was under the impression that Activision had one this year. Felt like I saw that somewhere. I mean, there's a new Guitar Hero and a new Tony Hawk this year, and that was on nobody's stage, which is super crazy. And, to go ahead and kind of
Not a
go...
lot of Konami stuff mentioned either.
Well, because Konami's doesn't really exist anymore. Like, I think it was strange that, Metal Gear wasn't at somebody's press conference.
Yeah.
Rock Band 3, why wasn't that at EA? I mean, Rock Band 4, why didn't they show that off at EA? That seems like a big one that they probably could have spent a little time on.
Yeah.
Just weird glaring omissions from these big companies who have really big games that are coming out, soon. Didn't get any showtime at the press conferences.
Or passing mentions. Or
Yeah,
anything.
nothing.
Even in even some of the post-show wrap-up shit didn't even really oh, hey, BT Dubs, you're doing a thing, right?
Yeah, right. So they took a stab at it, I guess. I can't really fault them too hard. I mean, they tried. It was cool. It was cool to see him get up there and do that. That's really all I got for Square Enix. That's a short one, so I think we can go ahead and lump the AMD presented PC Gamer show that was also an odd thing for them to do this year. Also,
hosted by PC Gamer.
Yeah,
all about PC gaming.
Couple of interesting things that I got out of this was on the Xbox side, you got Gigantic, the Gears of War Ultimate Edition, and Fable Legends are all having versions made for Windows 10.
Right.
Sort of kind of reinforcing their focus and commitment to PC gaming again.
Which is something that they mentioned during that press conference. And I thought that was my takeaway, was the fact that they seem to be promoting. Like, I'm wondering if that's the new angle. Like, if that's what they're angling for. Like, maybe that's why the Xbox press conference was more hardware focused and not really like gearing up for any new games or anything like that, because they're getting the hardware ready for maybe next year, going, okay, cool, now we have cross-platform ability where a PC gamer can interact with an Xbox gamer.
Yeah.
Now everybody's got a freaking HoloLens, maybe.
Yeah.
Question mark. I mean...
And just to kind of play off the rest of that,
that was, I mean...
Gears of War also is, like, cross-play with the Xbox version. It's not, I mean, you...
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
it's cross... Like, well, that's different. I think that the only ones that they announced that are cross-play with the Xbox version are Gears of War and Killer Instinct coming to Windows also.
Yeah.
But those are the only ones that I think you can actually play against Xbox guys with on the PC.
That's still...
But no, that's a big step in the right direction for them, because I mean, you know, a lot of the buzz around why Street Fighter V didn't get a version on Xbox One, you know, aside from the fact that Sony are kind of the ones that were bankrolling it, was also Microsoft just not wanting to integrate the PC and Xbox play with each other. That was not a thing that they wanted to do, and that kind of chapped their asses a little bit at Capcom, so they shopped it around, and Sony are the ones that were like, yeah, totally. Like, so that's why every time, you know, they say something like, you know, Street Fighter V coming exclusively to PlayStation 4, ... and PC, they're really going out of their way to mention that that's a thing, but it also, they're compatible with each other. You can play against... And that's strange that, like, that's not something that Microsoft would have jumped on, because around the time that they announced that Street Fighter V was coming around, you'd think that they would have had some of this stuff in the works already. Like, they were already planning on this becoming a viable strategy for them. It's just strange that, like, because, I mean, you're going to be playing Street Fighter V on the PC via Windows 10, more than likely, I would assume.
Right.
Like, just whose pockets are getting lined to make sure that that's okay? You know, it's a weird kind of world out there for stuff.
Xbox felt like they dropped the ball during their press conference. It, you know, compared to like Sony going up against them, but after the PC Gamer press conference, it felt like they've become like the fucking wild card.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like this is the most unpredictable show they've given. Like, who knows what the fuck's going on?
I don't know. I think things like this, though, that's like win-win, man. I mean, that's cool that a lot of these, you know, previously console exclusive things are getting PC versions. I mean, that's going to make a lot of people happy. I mean, I'm sure they would like to see that happen with a lot more console exclusive games. In Sony's case, I see obviously why that's not happening, but with Microsoft, there's kind of no excuse for it, you know? It's all under the same sort of umbrella, you know, with as big as they're pushing Windows 10, you know, if you're going to make the game for Xbox, why not go ahead and do the PC version of it also, you know? Why wouldn't you want that extra revenue? I don't understand the logic behind a lot of what they're doing.
They feel like the wild card. They feel like the holy shit. What?
But the last thing that I have from that was the announcement that No Man's Sky is day and date on PC with PS4. And that caught a lot of people by surprise. I don't think anybody they knew it was coming to PC, but at the same time, that was a big deal.
Yeah.
That's interesting, because now I'm thinking that might kind of hurt PlayStation a little bit, because PC seems like the place to play that. Like, a game that open-ended.
Yeah. That and the, I guess the level of control you would need, like, during your exploration or shit like that, translates better to the mouse keyboard or the beautiful new Steam controller, but...
Yeah.
I mean...
So, but I mean, that's pretty cool. That's because that's where I think that game will probably find most of its audience is on the PC, for sure.
And I'll give you that.
Yeah.
That's
It is what it is, but I mean, not too much to say. That PC thing seems super underwhelming. That nobody really cared for like the sort of talk show way that they set it up. I mean, they announced a lot more stuff at it, but most of it
cycled through most.
A lot of it was like known quantities, and it was like real quick. Let's hit some stuff about Heroes of the Storm. Let's hit some stuff about StarCraft. Things that did not need their own conference to be announced. Honestly, everything here could have been done at the Xbox conference for the most part. Anything of note, at least, aside from the No Man's Sky thing. But that could have just been an announcement by itself. They did not need this thing. I will not be shocked if this does not make a return.
No.
I think that this was an experiment, and it did not work out. But, now they know. And knowing is half the battle.
Man, seeing these, three... I don't want to call them underwhelming, but seeing these three wrap-ups towards this end of it feels like, maybe I should have put that in the front. Maybe we can get the stuff that makes us want to nap out of the way.
Yeah.
So that we'd have, an excitement overload.
Because the Oculus event was before any of this stuff.
Yeah, y'all ran Saturday, I think.
Yeah, and they could have covered. I mean, this could have all been one thing. It didn't need to be split up or whatever. But I don't know. I hate to end our E3 coverage on such a bummer. So let's kind of get like an overall. How are you guys feeling about this? I think, aside from the fact that it was mostly front loaded with just face-melting awesomeness, and as the days went on, it was less and less impressive. This was a damn good E3. It definitely outshined last year, in a big way. Everybody kind of brought it to the best of their abilities, I think.
Sunday and Monday were my days.
Yeah.
Sunday and Monday were really my days. Those were the ones that I was.
Yeah. No, it was great.
It
was great.
I enjoyed it. It was a good show.
So this was kind of like a first experience for you. I mean, you were aware of E3, but never really followed it like this. So how you feel? You glad you did? You're gonna come back?
Yes, I have to come back for next year.
It was good. It was.
I mean, I feel like I've cheated myself out over the years by not keeping up and watching this stuff.
Well,
I'm like, man,
this is Christmas for me, man.
No, in a way, because this is. Just, I'm going to say out of the last gen is when it really started becoming these big, huge fucking expos.
Mm-hmm.
Before it was just greasing the press up and be like, hey, look, this is what we're going with. This is shit that you normally pick up coverage of in a magazine. Yeah,
it seems like these things are less and less geared towards appeasing the press and more about...
They're becoming conventions. They're becoming cons.
Yeah.
People actually... I've heard somebody slip that into, all right, con season's starting up, and oh man, I might be checking out E3, and I'm like, you consider that part of the cons? All right, well, I'll give you that. I mean, that's more of a trade show, more of a,
Well, yeah, because, I mean, let's not forget, before E3 was its own thing, I mean, it was a part of CES. It was a small part of CES back in the early 90s, E3 used to be so not big that, I mean, they held it in Atlanta one time. We had E3 here in 97.
I think I remember that,
yeah. Yeah, the original Metal Gear Solid was announced, in our backyard, man. But people, it was too big. They could tell it was too big. It was we got to take this back to LA. They did a few years where they scaled down on E3. And it wasn't the big crazy thing, and everybody at first was like, yeah, this was the way to do it. We're tired of all the fever and craziness about this. It's just too big, too much, too fast. And they did that for a few years, and then people were like, kind of E3 isn't as special as it used to be, so let's blow it the fuck up and make it crazy again. And they have, it's been that way for the last few years. And
yeah, because, God, back when it was first cranking out, like you saying, being part of CES, it felt like an investor show.
Yeah, it was.
Let's get investors involved. Let's tell them what we're coming out with.
You were going to look at video games at the same convention. You were going to look at, Yamaha's new electric keyboards. It was all part of the same thing, you know? We got this sweet new microwave, and here's Turtles in Time for Super Nintendo. That's how it used to be.
But out of, the E3 passing with or catching. I think this one was a solid one.
Yeah, I do.
Felt like
I mean, I'm not gonna slap a letter grade on it just yet, but I mean,
it's rewarding.
It's better than a C. I'll say that. Any final thoughts on it, Adam?
No.
How many more trade shows are coming up? Good God.
Well, so we're not that far. Tokyo Game Show is real soon, and
God,
that's.
I've been afraid of that.
That's that one. I think Tokyo Game Show is in like September, and that's when we'll get a lot more information about more of the Japanese side of this stuff, and plus on top of that a lot of new announcements. Strange, like no show from Persona 5 this year at E3, kind of odd. That's a big deal. So I'm sure we'll definitely see that at Tokyo Game Show. And that'll be a whole nother fucking week of news and coverage and stuff that we got to do here.
That's cool. I got my Rosetta Stone. I'm ready.
But Tyler barely survived this one.
Hey, but it was definitely it was worth it. This whole experience, man.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. So I guess on that note, for E3 2015, this is Toasty Robot saying, remember to like, comment, subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Tumblr at Extra Toasty. Send us emails with your thought on E3. What do you guys think? How did this work out? What are you excited for? What do you think is fucking stupid? Tell me why you like Kingdom Hearts. That email address is toastyrobot404@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter. Toasty_robot. Damn, this is a lot to keep track of. Instagram. Oh, yeah, we're just Toasty Robot on Instagram. We got that. All one word.
I was so proud.
And Toasty Robot, WordPress.com.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, so...
Yeah, and excuse any messes with the page right now. We're still fixing all that.
Hey, it's everything's a work in progress, but we're finding our voice. It's working out. So, thank you, everybody, and Toasty Robot out.